What time is it, Johnny? You got some time?
Let's see. 8:52 p.m.
Date?
Tuesday, June 2024.
Thank you. It's Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. 8:52 p.m. Their names are Women, President and CEO of Strong City, along with the Chief Operations Officer of Strong City, Johnny Bright. On scene with two Columbus police officers, previously named.
They have names that are Devin.
Yeah, I've got their names and badge numbers on recording. I didn't write them down, I got them recorded. I don't have a cruise number immediately. Let's see if we can grab them. It doesn't matter, they've got dispatch records. The cruiser number is 9071. Officers Castillo and the other guy who refused to call a supervisor, when it says is duly requested, after they refused to properly investigate this as they do every other crime, and a dozen or more that I'm about to report.
You said the other officer's name?
I don't know his name. First one's Castillo. Casteel. We've got the recording. We've got it on record though. And just look at their shirt patches when they come in. And refusing to document civil rights violations by their own agency. Obviously, conflict of interest. They're probably switched from having control when issues such as that arise. That would be most appropriate, if not the FBI.
Now, for those that are just joining, could you give us a recap?
No.
Of the first?
No. I'm going to flip my lid. No, I can't. Great question, Johnny, but we're not live. And they can rewind it and play it for the jury as many times as they want. Jaws will drop. I know mine is right now. My blood pressure is through the roof. This has caused immense irreparable harm. I suffer post-traumatic stress disorder as a survivor of violent crime. I suffer bipolar disorder, major anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and a slew of other complications as a result of Columbus police allowing crimes to continue to occur. This is traumatizing. This is unjust. This is absolutely damaging. And I pray that the jury watching this video awards me a gazillion dollars, which I'm going to pour into a strong city and make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen. And make sure victims like me don't continue to suffer for years and years and years with uncaring, unprofessional. I'm not even calling police officers. Not even parking meter attendants. People who should not have jobs. Waste of taxpayers' money. Not only waste, but it's absolutely appalling that we would pay somebody to be so unprofessional and so outright good.
Hello?
Come in, yeah, absolutely. Come on in, officer. Yeah, Officer Castillo, CPD, as a
All right.
1 second. Sure.
I didn't see anything in reference to any reports on that stuff. Okay.
Okay,
So from what I'm understanding on this was you have this Bank of America account, right?
yes, sir.
All right. And he added himself as a recipient, which means that somebody could receive money if you send it to him. Is that what you're saying?
I know what you see right here, sir, which is that I received a notice, unexpected notice, that a wire recipient had been added. So yes, so I would take that to mean they could either initiate or receive transactions.
Okay, but there was no transactions ever that occurred, correct?
That I'm aware of. There were no funds, sir.
There was no funds ever moved.
My issue is the unauthorized access to the account.
They
Which
would
is a
have
crime.
had some PII work to do that.
That is a crime.
Now, who is this Desmond Howard to? I mean, Desmond Collins.
At this point, he is the perpetrator of the crimes to which I and my
Well,
company are victim. I am a
Was-
victim, sir, and under Marcy's law,
was he living here?
No, sir. No,
At one
sir.
point.
No, sir. He was a client who I was helping out with housing referrals and so forth.
Okay.
No, he was not living here.
He was not ever living here or
No, sir.
anything else.
No, sir.
So how would he ever gained access to your Bank of
He
America?
did ask to use my phone on several occasions when he did not have one.
Okay.
I did let him use my phone. My Bank of America app and account are safeguarded not only by password but by biometrics, by fingerprint.
Okay.
So this guy has to be a pretty master criminal to have gotten past biometrics. And by master criminal, I mean a danger to the community.
Or you could have acted password and changed it.
No, there. Either way, it's criminal. Whatever it is. Yeah.
All right. So there was just this guy was added to it, correct? All right. On June 4th.
Unauthorized access to the account appears to have been made on June 4th. Yes, sir.
We don't know whether it was him or his name was added. We just don't know who did.
I asked him several days later how he got into the account, and he just kind of played it coy. What he did not do was deny that he had access to the account,
Okay.
and he actually admitted to me that he added himself because some old man was going to send him money. That was not approved. That was not discussed, and that is not permissible.
Is he gay by any chance?
Irrelevant.
No, it is.
Johnny,
it is.
Johnny,
It,
Johnny,
it is.
Johnny,
because
irrelevant.
what's been going on recently
Oh.
around the city.
Irrelevant,
This-
man. Johnny, irrelevant.
Is this account your personal account or is it just a
Sir-
strong city
Sir,
account?
it is
It's a business
it's a
account.
business account by the corporation, A Strong City. We are a nonprofit charitable organization registered with the Ohio Secretary of State and also the High Attorney General's office. Documentation right there in that box.
How many people have access to this account?
One.
Just you?
Me.
Okay. All right. What other crimes are you talking about here?
Okay. Just briefly, I do want to remind you, I did request to file a report on civil rights violations.
A civil rights violation, you got to. It's like a civil thing. It's not a criminal thing. The police deal in criminal law.
I beg to differ, but I understand there's probably a conflict of interest. It would probably be appropriate to call on either the Highway Patrol to take that report, or either the Federal Bureau of Investigation, because these are major civil rights violations, which are criminal. Next, sir, I have reports that I have sent in writing, where Mr. Collins, via his Facebook profile, explicitly threatened me and maliciously harassed me through his online post just prior to burglarizing and vandalizing my apartment. I say yesterday. This was dated June 22nd. So apparently the vandalization and burglary occurred on June 21st. This has been so traumatizing, I couldn't tell you if it was yesterday or a week ago. So here is evidence of that, including Mr. Collins' post threatening me and indicating he was going to do harm.
All
Right
right. Let
before
me
he
see.
did it. Yes, sir. Here you go. I did some type. You go.
So what did you believe he meant by when he said he was going to make you touch every wall in your house?
It sounds to me like he was going to inflict bodily harm. That would be my impression, and I just read it thoroughly for the first time a little while ago. However, what he actually executed was him touching every wall in my house with various items of property as he slung them around and vandalized my home after breaking and entering into it. I'll show you photos of that momentarily.
Oh, this is just a Facebook post that isn't sent to you or anything?
Sir, I think it's reasonable to assume that it was directed both to me.
I understand that the fact that it was directed to you as it has your name on it. I was just asking, was it sent to you or was it a Facebook post?
It was posted. It was posted publicly for everybody on Facebook, including myself, to see.
All right. What day was that posted?
Let's see here, sir. I don't have a date, but I can tell you that it was about. It was like a day or two prior to, and I can look at the screenshots when I get calmed down, honestly. But it was a day or two prior to the burglary.
You emailed on June 22nd.
Okay, so
was it that day that he posted it, or was it the day before?
Well, you see, it says 2 days. 2 days. So it's probably 2 days prior to that.
So June 20th.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you. I'm very upset, officer. Please excuse me. Actually, don't excuse him. Weird phrase. Yeah, so right there states a clear intent to do harm immediately prior to breaking felonies committed against my personal property when he came to me. On this matter at 4 p.m. It is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024.
All right. What's your next thing?
All right, sir. So, burglary. Did you see the report on the burglary?
I hadn't seen that. Do you have the report number for that?
I believe I do, sir. Bear with me. Just one minute. I believe I do, and I need to be able to check it. Shoot, I need to see the email and see how. Prosecutor. Okay, so I've been corresponding with Jennifer Reed. She is director of the PRU, lead prosecutor, procedural justice initiative at the Columbus City Attorney's Office.
Okay.
And she says this. The report number is 240.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
240.
449960.
Okay.
And her summary is, this is a burglary complaint, which is a felony and would be handled by the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office. And I recommend contacting the CPD burglary squad at blah, 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 which I attempted to do this morning and got no answer, to find out who has been assigned to the case. Which is why I'm asking you guys who's been assigned, because the burglary squad isn't answering their phone.
I would recommend giving them a call again because I don't work in burglary, so I don't know who is assigned to the case. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say give them a call, leave a voicemail,
I did.
okay, and wait for that call back, and they will respond to you. Okay, you just gotta give them time. Okay,
No,
they got the whole city they're dealing with. Okay, um,
well, that was about 18 hours ago, and had I got a call back, I wouldn't have been the victim of an additional crime. That makes sense, right?
not really, but
It doesn't? Oh, you're right, because if you'd been arrested when it happened, none of this would have happened. You're right, that's the problem. So, yeah.
yeah. So I would just get a hold of burglary, like I said, and or just since you've already called and left a voicemail, wait for them to give you a call back. Okay.
Okay, so I will say this: there's new evidence I discovered in the burglary, being photographs and text messages that had been sent while we were dealing with everything. Are you able to upload and attach to that report this new evidence? Or would you, I should say, because I'm sure you can.
I think y'all have like a 20 megabyte limit, but I've tried before. It takes like 5 images.
They can upload them.
Well, what I can do for you,
And that includes Mr. Collins loading items into the getaway vehicle.
what I can do for you is I can send you a link and you can upload it all into our system. Okay.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll gladly take that note, sir. Thank you for that. So there's that. Now, the next crime that I've been victim to from this monster is mail fraud. United States mail fraud. He has, without authorization, began having mail sent in my mailbox in his name without permission. The United States Postal Service has been notified. And,
Okay. Anything that deals with the post office goes through the postmaster. We don't deal with any type of mail fraud at all. We forward all that to the post office. So you have to go through the postmaster to get anything done with that. Okay.
So,
But wouldn't they still need a police report though?
No, they take care of it. They are their own police department.
okay, so to be clear, you're declining to take a report of a criminal mail fraud.
No, I'm directing you to the proper police department to take the report. I'm not.
I'm reporting to you as also a sworn public servant, criminal activity that
I'm advising you that the post office takes care of their own crimes, so you have to report the crime to them.
Yes, sir.
I do not have jurisdiction to take care of that.
Yes, sir. Understood. Where are we going to go from here? Okay. Next crime. Another party. You know what? Hold on. Let's do this first because this is probably more imminent in danger. So where was that? Oh, here. Let's go ahead and address this for Mr. Collins. I had officers respond that morning. This was actually probably the first incident that we had after the issue with the bank account, fraudulent bank account access. He showed up on my. Well, you can read it. Excuse me. But he didn't take the report. Assault and theft, and he didn't even document the crime. Zip. Welcome to come in if you like, officer. Yes, sir. It's a lot cooler out there for sure.
Okay, I see that here that you're reporting it to our TRU system. Have they responded to you?
No, sir, they have not. And I actually had already reported it to two officers that responded in person about 2 hours after I called 911 that morning. Showed up about 5 a.m. banging like a maniac on my door.
Well, I would recommend if you've reported this to the TRU system, getting a hold of our records department and seeing if they can't find the report for you. Okay?
The report has not been entered, sir. What's the date on that? What's the date that I sent it?
That's on June 20th.
On June 20th. Today is the. 20th.
You're sending this to the TRU, which is our telephone reporting unit. So what that does.
Those reports, man. Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt. they're just rejecting those reports. I'm doing that to for posterity. Quite honestly.
Well, I asked you if they responded to you, and you're telling me you never got a response, but now you're telling me that they rejected it. Which one is it?
No, excuse me. Let me clarify. No, I'm saying they are routinely rejecting reports that I file in that manner. A lot of times because it's a known suspect or because it's a burglary.
But they haven't rejected this. You haven't got a response from them yet for this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Once you get a response from them, if they tell you to have an officer come out and take a report, then do it. But as of right now, let's wait and see if they get you a report number. That way, it's not double reported.
Well, I had 2 officers out here and they didn't make a report. And we're talking about violent crimes, snatching.
Okay. I understand that, but what you're saying is that you've already reported this to the TRU system,
and nobody's doing a thing about it.
Okay.
Which is why we reiterate my request for a supervisor.
Well, this is the 25th. I would assume that by in 5 days that you would have received an email back.
I would assume that the time someone goes 911 and reports a crime, you guys arrest the suspect.
Yeah, he got a point there because I actually filed a report in August.
That's not
didn't
okay.
get anything until
Okay. Well, that's how it's working, but that's not okay. And the Constitution guarantees us justice without delay, and that is unconscionable. That being said, I've done my job reporting it to you as well. If you plan to take a report,
You said, well, what I'm saying is that you've already reported this crime.
I have attempted to report it, sir. Nobody has put it on paper, and nobody has documented it. I had 2 officers at my door 2 hours.
And what did they tell you?
A whole lot of nothing. What they did was condone violations of the Ohio Revised Code and city ordinance. That's what they did. That's what they told me. Was that it's okay for someone to commit crimes against someone else. I mean, that was my outtake.
Well, I highly doubt that they told you that it was possible for people to commit crimes against you.
By inaction.
Let's go with this. We're taking a report for this tonight. We're mentioning in the report all this other stuff he's got in here, and he's got a report number.
Sir, I've got threats here from another individual that has threatened to beat my ass multiple times. I reported this to the prosecutor today, and she said to contact CPD. If you guys don't want to take that report, I guess you guys don't want to take that report, and
They
that's
are taking the report.
okay. I'm saying I've got other crimes here I'm trying to report to you, sir.
We're gonna do what? 15 reports on one thing today? Well,
No,
why,
sir.
Why are
No,
these
sir.
things happening to you?
Great question. Probably because the CPD allows them to happen the first time, the second time, the third time.
So it's
without
CPD's fault. It's
Yes.
You won't have anything to do with it.
Sir, it is CPD's fault that they did not arrest this guy and allow him to commit multiple crimes thereafter. It sure is CPD's fault.
Okay.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Because officers wanted to run out of here instead of taking reports of criminal activity. It sure is CPD's fault, sir. And this will be subject to a federal lawsuit. I assure you. It absolutely is CPD's fault. Great question.
Like I asked earlier, you got all these times that you've been emailing the TRU and everything else,
With no response.
and you're not getting a single response from them.
Correct.
I find that hard to believe.
I find it unconscionable. It is certainly a violation of our constitutional rights as citizens and CPD officers' sworn obligation to protect and serve us. Neither of which it is doing in any type of fair or consistent manner.
That operational pitfalls exist in any
No, this is beyond operational pitfalls. This is gross misconduct.
same thing.
It's a violation.
On this one, you said he verbally threatened you. What did he say?
Excuse me, may I refresh my memory? This morning, oh yes, I believe it was something along the lines of when I said threatened to physically harm my person, I said I'll beat your ass. It tends to be a favorite of these thugs.
I got a question for y'all too. I got a question.
So you think, you're not for certain, but you think he said that?
Sir, so I was on a 911 call as he said it. So if you pull the 911 record, you'll hear exactly what he said, as well as my panicked call for assistance that didn't come for 2 hours at least. I was on the call with Central Communications as he was making
So the
this threat.
cell phone. You're saying it was a gift from him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He had given me the cell phone, not lent, but expressly given me the cell phone days prior, and because he was in his agitated state and wasn't happy that I didn't want to let him in at 5 a.m. Begging like a lunatic, then he saw fit to snatch it out of my hand, which of course is an assault as well as a burglary by force. Again, a felony.
So he knocked on the door, you opened the door, and he took his cell phone that he gave you.
He banged on the door, banged on the door, banged on the windows, shouted through the windows, so I relented to let him in. I had let him keep a couple items of personal
Okay,
property.
so if you let him in, that right there becomes not a burglary. Because you let him in your place, that's not a
I
burglary.
didn't let him snatch something out of my hand.
I'm not saying you
That's
did.
an
What
assault.
I'm telling
Okay, fair,
you,
that's an
it's
assault.
not a burglary.
It's an assault, right?
It's a theft.
Okay. Well, we won't force words over it. It is a criminal offense against my person and property. That we can agree on. That we can agree on. It is a crime.
And when did this happen?
Date should be noted pretty clearly on that cert. Let's see.
You're saying on June 20th? You got a lot of stuff happening on June 20th.
You're right, man. You're absolutely right. And
So did this happen the same day he posted this stuff online?
apparently, sir, I did not discover the online stuff till sometime after. What was it, like 2 days later? I reported that. So I'm doing my job by making these reports, and it's about time somebody arrests people who continue to commit crimes like that.
And I got a question for the two of y'all once you're all done.
Don't be a minute, Johnny.
Alright. What type of cell phone was this that he gave you and he took back?
You know, I believe, actually, let me see. I've got the specific information on it. It said something about, it was like Cloud Mobile Stratus, I think was the model maybe. I'll see if I can find it pretty quickly, but I've got it all documented.
Alright.
And to be clear, I wasn't nearly as concerned about the item as I was the manner in which he violently took it from my hand. Yeah, I don't know. I'll find it for sure. I will be able to produce the precise model and IME all that for trial.
Okay.
I assure you.
What else you got?
Okay, so let's move on to an individual by the name of Jeremy Gladney. Mr. Gladney is he's been an acquaintance of mine for recording for years.
Yep, I'll make sure I'm recording too.
Yeah, I know, man. I just want to make sure. Hey, there can be no dispute then, right? So Mr. Gladney is an acquaintance of mine, actually an occasional romantic partner.
Okay.
So he come back into my sphere, if you will, in the last month or so. When he did, and it took me a while to really start paying attention, sadly. But when he did, he was stating daily that he was hearing voices.
Okay.
He believed that he was being broadcast on the internet. He believed that there's all kinds of paranoid, clear signs of mental illness. I did reach out to NetCare. The responsibility is to take care of that stuff. And as a result, Mr. Gladney has saw fit to retaliate against me for police showing up and so forth, including making threats against my person. Within the last year, Mr. Gladney actually punched me, so I have no reason to doubt that he would execute that again if his mental illness, which it obviously is, has reached that level of crisis and is not being checked. So I'm requesting that he be arrested for the threats of violence and other crimes, which I detailed in writing more times than any citizen should ever have to. Water. Okay, go to the fridge. Let's do that and then I mean, the rest of the rest of water.
All right. So Mr. Gladly, or however you say his name, I'm sorry. He sent you these messages saying that he was going to beat your ass.
Correct,
Right? When did he do this?
sir. May I refresh? All right, so we're looking at, okay, so this is the most recent message, sir, which Assistant Prosecutor advised me I needed to call CPD about. This was today. He said, you have one more time to have someone call for me and ask about my mental stage, which, I made the
Okay.
appropriate report to net care, and that's what.
Okay, that's what you've already told me all that.
Fair.
When did he send you these messages?
Okay, let's take a look. So two threads. Oh, perfect. Okay. So the date stamp here indicates that the screenshot was taken, and it would have been taken immediately or very shortly after I received the messages on the 22nd. Yeah, I can give you the date and I guess the times.
Do you still have it in your phone?
Yes, sir, I do. I've taken screenshots and put them in my Google Photos, but I can assure you that the dates are very accurate, and the times are noted right on.
Can I see the messages on your
Let me
phone?
take a look. I'm distraught, man. This is traumatizing. I'm already a survivor, rather, of a crime. I'm distraught.
And all this, we need to make multiple backups of.
I know,
And
which is why I'm reluctant to do any more than I already have. Yeah, I've had to make room for the video recordings we're doing today, so those will be available on another device. On cloud. I'm backed up to the cloud, and I've got more evidence here than should be possible. Let's see what I can find here, sir. Okay, so and here's a screenshot.
Okay, I already got the screenshots. I asked for the text messages if you have them.
Okay. And I'm rather concerned about confidentiality because this man is a client and I'm trying to disclose as relevant as possible. Does that make sense?
You refer to people as clients. What do you do for a living?
I am the president and CEO of a strong city.
I understand that, but what
We
these
undertake-
people are clients. What
we
do you
undertake-
do for them?
Well, sometimes I call them clients, sometimes I refer to them as members. We are an advocacy organization, sir. We advocate for justice. We advocate for mental health, the rights of young folks suffering HIV, homeless issues, a whole slew of stuff that's not being addressed. And right now, we're advocating for justice for victims of crime that is not being had.
the underserved population.
Yeah, I actually had to block Mr. Gladney when he continued to send messages, so I'm not pulling it up immediately, but I can tell you that I'll make sure they're available on a device for further investigation, I promise.
It's on Facebook.
And I can attest to you under penalty of perjury that those are true and accurate copies, and also the dates that are reflected in the screenshots are the dates on which those were taken. I'm an already administrator as well, sir, so my word's good.
Yeah, that's the why I asked that question.
Yeah, I was at Highland's Jobs today when I first called in, just for the purpose of using a computer to print out that kind of stuff. So it's available on the computer. And I'll be
So
able
why was he saying he was going to come beat your ass?
I don't think that really matters. To be honest with you, officer, and I say that
Well,
I-
it,
I-
it
I
matters
don't-
in the
because
in the
he's mentally
aspect of trying to figure out why he was saying this.
because he's mentally ill, because he is criminally violent. I think at the point someone commits the criminal act of threatening violence, I don't think it really matters why. Does it matter why somebody shoots somebody in the head?
Well, I didn't know what led up to that.
Right. I
What led
understand.
up to him saying that? People just don't say that for no reason.
I reported. Did my duty of reporting to NetCare his mental illness, his untreated mental illness. Police and mental health professionals responded, and apparently, as indicated by his messages, have been checking in on him, and he's not happy about having that exposed, and he is a
All right.
danger to
What's the
himself
next
and
thing?
others.
Actually, is Jeremy white, black,
Jeremy is black male.
black male?
Yes, sir.
How tall?
About 6'1".
How much he weigh?
Man, he's gained a good bit of weight. I would surmise perhaps around 230.
All right.
There's his
Yeah, I got that information.
contact information.
Yep. All right. What else you got?
Well, I've got a few loose ends that I will address with the prosecutor when I meet with her tomorrow.
All
right. But as for this, I am requesting due to the repeated threats of
All right.
violence.
Here's your report for your window outside, and I'll get you a couple more report numbers. Okay.
Yes,
I'll be right back.
I got a question for,
What's your question,
for
sir?
you and Mr. Anderson.
Well, Mr. Anderson went outside. What's your
But-
question?
Because he's part of that too. So when he was actually, pouring his heart out and saying his issues and everything that has happened to him, I saw y'all two just kind of look at each other like, serious or something. Are y'all taking this seriously at all, or are you guys just like, just pretending as though this ain't nothing and it's just gonna go by the wayside? Because that's what it kind of is looking like.
Well, that's your own perspective.
No,
Everybody's entitled to their own perspective.
Y'all,
And
y'all
I'm
literally
taking
rolled
this-
y'all's eyes at him, like behind his back while he was getting papers. So I mean,
I'm taking his reports for him, like I need
Good
to.
question.
Okay. And you can have your perspective on however you feel that.
I mean, it just gives more credence to the mission of a strong city because he actually himself has been underserved justice because of things like
All right.
that.
Well, I'm gonna go get him a report number. All right. You can have your own feelings about the way.
Are you fine with criminal charges?
It ain't really feelings; it's just actions that occurred.
I'm sorry.
That's my point.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Great question, Johnny. I didn't know that, of course, because he was going behind my back. I mean, that's exactly what the fuck is going on.
You
No.
didn't hear the way they've
And
been
I-
talking to you this entire time.
Absolutely, I have. And I apologize to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury because, I apologize to the citizens of Columbus that their leadership and public servants have allowed shit like this to go on for so long. And there's a reason I've got a 49-minute video right now that will be in front of somebody who gives a damn.
And
It already is.
and that little
That's
eye
Strong
rolling thing, you got that angle right there. We're
Johnny,
gonna find that.
Johnny, would you please state your full name and your
Johnny
address?
Wright, 2197 Bretnell Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43211. Chief Operations Officer of a strong city, here to witness the officer call for our President and CEO, Andrew Wenmuth, well, Reverend Dr. Andrew Wenmuth, in which he reported multiple crimes and multiple crimes. Leave that back as a recap.
And how can prosecutors or law enforcement get in touch with you and further investigate and testify to trial, sir?
There is LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. The city.
The telephone number and email address, please.
Are you my telephone number? Let's see, which one do I want?
All of them. Make sure that you can be reached for trial, sir.
Well, I mean,
This is a major issue.
no, there's only one main one I use. So use 380-867-8730. That's the primary. Backup is 220-228-1528.
And the email?
Email John Wright BC JOHNWRIGHT BC @gmail. Johnny Xavier 2197 @iCloud.com. I have to post it on YouTube, post it on Twitter, or wait, X. But yeah, it will be posted.
X marks the spot.
And well, I'm saying nothing else. Just
You're rolling. We're not cutting until the officers park. And
well, not yeah.
no, I agree. No, Strong City is not done until these
Right.
officers and
But
dozens more like them are fired. Period. And I'm not going to stop there. I'll go further to say until they are criminally charged for the grievous violations of the constitutional rights of citizens throughout the city of Columbus, throughout Franklin County, and throughout America. This is still America, right? I've got the guy. I'm refusing to call supervisor. I got the Bill of Rights sitting right here, second only to Isaiah 61:8, where the Lord declares He loves justice, so He is rolling over. He's not in the grave, guys, but God still lives. But He is rolling over right now, disgusted. He's ready to smite these people himself. But I guess that's why He is ordained minister. I'm not. And let me be clear, the object isn't to smite. The object is to obtain justice for all citizens, all victims of crime, and fair administration of justice for even perpetrators to an extent. But damn, enough is enough. In Jesus' name, it's going to stop. Let's stop today. This is important.
Get his number. Yeah,
I got him.
You got Casil's
They're in the
number.
recordings.
Okay.
They're in the videos. And man, that thing has been recording for almost an hour now. And hey, we still haven't covered all the crimes. And I bet you dollars to donuts, these sons of bitches are not going to fucking request warrants as they would if you or I, Johnny, had committed pittance of one of these crimes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is discrimination. That, ladies and gentlemen, is failure, denial of equal protection under the law, which is a constitutional provision. It's denial of speedy administration of justice. It's a denial of everything that is good and holy and right and righteous, and everything these sworn servants who are derelict in their duties, to say the least, is a violation of everything that we stand for and that our police force was designed and should always, without fail, stand for.
What's up?
And I'm standing up, as is Mr. Right here, in a strong city, as a charitable advocacy organization. We're standing up and we're saying, this is not okay, this is not right, and this will not continue. We will be in federal court on behalf of all citizens of the city of Columbus, all victims of crime, and anybody who has a brain, a heart, a soul, and a conscience. Because obviously, these disgusting representatives of the public do not. Hey Chris, I'm recording, buddy. You're welcome to come in if you like, but I am recording until the officers leave. I'm recording the gross miscarriage of justice that's going on within Columbus Division Police. These guys are fired, as are a couple dozen, just like it. No, I mean it. I'm sure the jury will agree. Yeah, I got about almost an hour recording right now. Nothing. That's the problem.
They pretty much.
Desmond just assaulted my window, vandalized my window after breaking in my house and vandalizing it. When they should have arrested him the day he fucking broke in my house, and he wouldn't have been able to do this shit. But that's okay. It's not okay at all. Never mind.
So technically, they say that if they have a toothbrush here, or clothes here, they're a resident.
He has nothing. He has nothing here.
Anymore.
He has nothing here.
They pretty much just mocked him the entire time.
And that's not true either. And that's not true either. I did the research, and in order to establish any kind of squatter's rights, a person has to have continuous occupation of a place for 21 years.
Well, is it
21 years.
Are they squatting though, or
21 years.
Are they squatting though?
To have any kind of rights attached to a premises, they have to have continuous occupation for 21 years.
But are they squatting? What's
No.
squatting?
No, they're not even.
You got to define
living
squatting
there.
first.
You got a leaseholder. No, you don't.
You You do.
And he ain't got no mail here,
Yeah,
right?
we're not even talking about squatting. We're talking about vandalism and breaking in here. Burglary.
Cigarette.
Hmm?
Cigarette.
Yeah, we're talking about violent crimes.
I
Yeah,
don't
this goes far beyond squatter
know. I
rights.
was told by the Columbus police that these people that were staying at my house, they said, "Do you get mail here?" They said, "Yeah." So they ran and grabbed the mail. They said, "Well, yeah. At this point, if they choose to kick in the door or anything of the sort, there's nothing we could do about this."
That is an
they
atrocity.
said, they said the same thing to me.
Yeah, well, what that does is allow mail fraud because I just showed pieces of mail Desmond without permission started having sent to my house, and after he unauthorized access my Bank of America account and added himself as a recipient.
Still got some.
So I just showed him the proof of Desmond fraudulently falsifying U.S. mail, and they wouldn't even take the fucking report.
Can I see that Bank of America?
Yes,
Go file your own report.
I am.
Because
I'm seeing the prosecutor tomorrow at
because
2:30.
Online, the system times out after 30 minutes, and you can only upload like 5 images.
These people
It's
are
a
ridiculous.
really terrible system.
We'll put all
It
that
is their job.
collectively into one PDF.
I'm putting it into a civil rights complaint
Because
because
it's a 20 megabyte limit.
they're
Now, if you, well,
they're shifting the burden of doing the police's job onto the citizens, onto victims who are traumatized, and that's fucking ridiculous. No, it's not fucking ridiculous. It is a crime. I want these people charged criminally because this violation of civil rights goes above and beyond anything anybody should ever
oh, hand me that,
have to endure.
that Bank of America one. I want to see that.
Stand by.
So, Andy,
Sir,
relax. Andy,
I'm working on it, Chris. Thank you.
relax.
Thank you, friend. I'm working on it. I know. This is it.
Relax.
This is the one right here.
Just sit down and relax.
I've been sitting down and relaxing for 3 years, man, and this shit is not getting any better. It's gotten a
I
lot
know.
worse.
Just sit down and relax.
I am now, because this
They're
is
not
one-
worked up about it.
this is what's going to do it. I know they're not worked up about it. It's their fucking job. That's okay. This recording right here is the one that's going to take.
No, it
Come in, officer.
In order to do that, you would actually have to have access to their account anyways.
You would think.
You
Alright,
have to. You
That's for your window.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
This is how you can get. It says right above your QR codes, your public records, and your victims' rights and stuff. You flip it over. Here's your victims' rights. That's how you can get all the prosecutor's office.
I am.
Okay. So you need to get all the prosecutor's office to be able to try to file any charges for that. Okay.
Isn't that police's job?
No, it's the prosecutor's job.
They say something different. They say it's police.
Well, I'm telling you,
I'll talk to her tomorrow. That's okay. Now, as far as victims' rights go, sir, I
you
am.
got to go through this QR code, and that's all dealt with through the prosecutor's office.
Well, for the record, I am requesting all rights under Marcy's law that are.
Okay.
That
Well,
are-
that's why
are
you
entitled
click
to.
on this and you go through the link to do all that. Okay.
You click on the officer that's in front of me, sir.
Well, and I'm telling you how to do that.
I'm disabled.
Okay.
I'm disabled as a result of being a victim. of
Well,
violent crime.
it doesn't stop you from doing everything else with your phone. So follow this link.
Doing
You
no,
can do it.
doing no, sir.
This one is for the Facebook post. Actually, I'm sorry. That one is. Let me make
You
sure
gotta
I
do
got them in
different
the right
reports.
order here.
Mhm.
You have to do different reports.
Yeah, I got to do all kind of reports because each one's a different thing.
And there's gonna be and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Actually, that one is for the Strong City, the count. This one here,
That's for the bank fraud.
yeah, this one is for the Facebook post.
Colin's Facebook post,
Yep.
and I guess we'll see what you have.
This
chatted
one
about.
here is for the cell phone. That's for the cell phone.
Is that for the cell phone?
Yep. And this one here is for Jeremy.
The threats.
Yep, that's for Jeremy.
Threats of physical violence.
All right.
Okay.
You need to contact the prosecutor's office on all those, okay, and they will be able to assist you. So what I recommend is you give them a call, you set up an appointment.
I have an
And you-
appointment for tomorrow.
Okay, well then you take all your stuff in there tomorrow and give them these report numbers and go from there. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. So just to be clear, I just reported to you a dozen violent crimes You're telling me you're not going to charge criminally, not one of them?
I'm telling you, to get criminal charges, you need to talk to the prosecutor's office.
That is not the way this is supposed to work, sir. I don't know how you sleep at night. Thank you for your time, officer.
You're welcome. You have a good night, sir.
I will not, sir, and it is squarely your fault. You really should be ashamed of yourself, sir. To conclude, it is now, we're now an hour in just this video, and it's about the third video we've recorded, and that's Officer Castile, who, man, if I were a police officer and I did my job like that, I would go home every night and cry myself to sleep, if not blow my brains out.
I need that angle.
As a citizen, and as a victim, survivor rather, of violent crime, this guy needs prayed for, y'all, because he has absolutely no soul, and if he does, it's going straight to hell. God does not like it when you abuse his children like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. It is 9:43 p.m. About, I don't know, 2 hours after these idiots stepped foot in here, and before they wrote their own pig slips, guys. There's these people being fired, and more than that, being charged criminally. The worst police officers that ever showed up today, because Columbus Police has a fucking rack of them just like this. In Jesus' name, I'm Reverend Andrew. Send them off. All right, we're doing anything else. I need you to send me on Google Photos. I'll record you up this month, please.
Yeah.